Hello everybody, my name is Mingang and today I will show you the three God riddle. Created by Raymond Smolin and popularized by George Bolos, this riddle has been called the hardest riddle ever. Imagine you have crash landed on an ancient planet and the only way off is to appease the three alien overlord T, F, and R by giving them the correct artifacts. The problem is that you don't know who is who. You may ask three yes or no questions, which addresses to one lord. You will know that T's answers always true, F's always false, and R's are random each time. The problem here is that you don't know Uzu or Ulu, which Uzu or Ulu is true or false. How can you still figure out which alien is which? At first sight, these puzzles not only seems to be hard but also impossible, because how can you figure out who's by when you need the understanding the answers, nor knowing it's true or false. But it can be done. The key is that you have to formulate the correct questions. First, by not knowing what uzu and ulu means, you can continue in equations. Secondly, you will load this question with the hypothetical conditions. So if they are lying or not, whether they are lying or not, it's not matters anymore. For example, if you ask one alien that if I ask you whether 2 plus 2 is 4, would you answer uzo? If uzu means yes, then T will probably say uzu because he will always tell the truth. And F will probably answer ulu in the embedded question, so he will say uzu because he's lying. But if uzu is no, then the embedded question will be ulu for T and uzu for F, and they will both answer uzu for their own reason. This logical structure is that when double positive and the double negatives will always become the positive. So we can probably know that if T or F answer uzu to our questions, then the embedded questions must be right. And if they answer ulu, then it's probably false. But this logic didn't matters with ours, but it's not but we don't have to think about it yet. First, we will identify which aliens is probably not R. Second, we will determine which is T or F, and finally we'll eliminate it the one each of one. First, ask the middle aliens that if I ask you whether the overlord on my left is ours, would you answer Ozu? First, if he answers Uzu, it will have two possibilities. First, his R mean our question is meaningless. But second, if they are T or F, then this one must be the R, which we can say that the other the other one isn't R. And if they say Ulu, then this left one will not be R. And then ask the one that you probably know not R, that if I ask you are you F, would you answer Uzu? Ask this logical repeated. If they ask answering Uzu means your embedded question is right, then you and then that aliens must be F, and if it's not, and if he answer Ulu, and he must be T. Now ask him that if I ask you were you F, would if I ask you if I ask you the central alien is R, would you answer say Uzu? Now we know that we use that structure, logical structure again, and by eliminating them, we will identify the both three. Now we can give them the correct articles, but also not knowing if they are T, if Uzo or Ulu or is right, is correct or incorrect. And finally, you ask T that if I ask you it's a long way to Earth, would you answer Uzo? And he says Uzo, but we still don't know what Uzo means. Thank you for listening.